Hello? About Chris? Well, yeah, I can tell you about him. Where do you want me to start? Okay, Chris is a tailor. He works with clothes. It's just his calling. He likes to help people fit into things, and he's really good at it. Um, his girlfriend? Yeah, Debbie. Debbie, she's also a friend of mine. She is an artist with a wicked sense of humor, but she's been in Europe for the past few months working on a new project. Well, she might be back actually. I don't know. Uh, what is this about? Okay, okay. Well, yeah, no, she went to Europe, and my friend Chris, he just buried himself in his work when she left. He spends his whole day surrounded by mannequins of all types. So he's very smart, very frugal. That's how he managed to start his own business in the first place. I mean, he was buying mannequins from old museums and vintage stores, other tailors that had gone out of business. Some of the mannequins are headless, others have heads and appendages. I mean, they range from antique styles to something you'd see in a modern department store. Why are you asking? Okay. Well, I mean, he's my friend. I sometimes worry about him. Or it's easy for him to work long hours, late into the night. Now, I worry about him being out so late. Crime has been on the rise in his neighborhood. I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with this, does it? Okay, okay. Well, you work so long and hard, you start to see things. Us adults, we've all been there. You stay up too late, work too hard, and you start seeing lights flicker out of the corner of your eye, or sometimes the shadows themselves just seem to shift a little bit, right? And that's when we rub our eyes and go, man, I'm tired and I gotta get out of here. Yeah, well, I mean, try to imagine that, but I mean, he's in a shop full of mannequins all by himself at night. I give Chris a lot of credit because I know I'd be creeped out. I mean, that man will work until midnight or later if he's not paying attention. I get it. I get that way about my job too. Well, he called me. I think it was 4 weeks ago. He called me to tell me about the new mannequin he bought. He was really nerding out. I mean, he was very proud of himself, first of all, because he got it for next to nothing at an auction of all places, and he had to have it special delivered because it weighed, I don't know, something like 130, 150 pounds. It was over 130. Yeah. No, I haven't seen it yet, but apparently it's really something. Not that I would understand anyway. I'm not sure why you're asking. But I know he was really impressed by its shape. A lot of mannequins are just too skinny, I guess. But he said all the features on this one, the legs and arms, the torso, the head, he said it just looked like your average person, and to him it was perfect. No, I was really happy for him. I mean, it's rare to find something you're truly passionate about, right? And for once, he wasn't telling me about how much he missed Debbie, so I was really excited for him. Well, yeah, I mean, he called me again the next week, so 3 weeks ago. I mean, he was telling me about the mannequin's face. He said he'd been so excited about the shape of the mannequin that I guess he hadn't noticed that its face was also very distinguished and human looking. He said he said it was almost disturbing. And well, maybe it was. He called me 2 weeks ago. It was just after 9 o'clock. And he just didn't sound as excited as he had the week before. He sounded jittery, like he'd had too much coffee or something. Well, I asked if he was okay, and big surprise, he said he was pretty sure he'd had too much coffee, and it was making him jumpy. He was doing the thing, with the rubbing of the eyes and the seeing things move. He swore to me that his new mannequin was looking right at him. So I told him to go home. He obviously needed some sleep. No, he called me last week too. Well, okay, so last week, that day was kind of a long day for him. He had gone to work that morning and his new mannequin was gone. I mean, it was just nowhere to be found. I mean, Chris was really upset. He thought someone had broken into his shop. So we had a terrible day. He was absolutely heartbroken. No, I don't know why he didn't think to call the police. I guess he just spent the day being miserable. Hmm. Anyway, he closed up early. He called me to tell me how depressed he was. But then he called me again after he got home and he was laughing hysterically. The mannequin was in his bedroom closet. Yeah, he figured Debbie must have come back from Europe without telling him. She somehow broke into his shop in the night, loaded the mannequin into her car, and then broke into his house when he wasn't there and placed the mannequin in his closet. Well, remember I said she had a wicked sense of humor? She had put a kitchen knife in its hand. Murder mannequin, ah! Classic Debbie. Always had a good head for a quality prank. No, I haven't heard from him since that night. I mean, it's only been a little over a week. I've been meaning to call and check in on him, but I got busy. Why? What's wrong?